there's such an important part of how technology affects the individual, and that is in itself such a kind of can be a really scary component just of our everyday lives. You don't really know, you have no control over technology in many ways. You don't know how the implications it has in years to come. So I thought that was a really smart idea to involve so many of those qualities then with these fantasy elements of this script, which I also thought was fantastic. You know, when we first started talking about this project, films like Black Swan or Pan's Labyrinth, that kind of really dark, sinister, creepy vibe, but it's still whimsical and charming almost, and that's something that I really love. You know, I think it's when films are too obvious, you know, audiences are smart. They're not wanting to see, you know, the obvious plots and obvious characters. And so what was really interesting about this, and especially about, you know, the directors and producers of this, were so open to collaboration and wanting to develop ideas and characters, and it's such a collaborative process, and that's why this has been so fun to work on. And Laura is comes from a good family, but she has lost a father, and who was a psychiatrist, and so she has picked up those qualities of wanting to support people and find out what makes them tick and take them under her wing. And so she's definitely a person that lives off helping other people, really, and enjoys, she's a people person. But is surrounded by a great group of friends and is kind of, you know, into very much like a humanitarian type figure, loves, you know, helping out and wants to make a difference, I guess. And throughout this journey of the movie, I guess because of those things, it does make her a little bit of a vulnerable character, because she is so easily accessible and so open, and because of that, that's one of the main reasons why she gets involved with this Marina character, who's the kind of creepy odd girl that she takes under her wing, and things start to go a little awry. Social media is so, it's part of our time now. It's everywhere, and it's part of our existence every day, and you can't really escape it. I think for Laura, it's a much stronger attachment than it is for me. I'm not a person really that, to be honest, I don't use Facebook that often. I only ever use it really to connect with overseas friends that I haven't seen in a while, which, you know, it does help with, but if you've got my number, you have my number, and that's kind of usually how I like it. I love Instagram though, I'm not gonna lie, love Instagram. But I think for Laura, there's so much more of, it's a way to express her whole thoughts and showcase her life, and it's definitely more of an album, you know, it's a catalogue of her memories, which can be really dangerous, you know, and there is so much of technology that we just can't predict how it will affect us, you know. You don't know who can get that information, you know, it's kind of a bit of a free-for-all. You don't own a lot of that stuff anymore, and there's a lot of danger with it. Well, I think what really tips her over the edge is that before this, Marina's invited herself to Laura's birthday party. And, you know, Marina's kind of, from before that, been really intense about wanting to meet and talk about, has become a little bit of obsessive about Laura, and Laura's backing off and going, okay, obviously I've overstepped and I need to back away now because it's getting too much. And Marina's invited herself to this birthday party, and Laura's kind of had to lie a little bit and say that she's changed her plans and there's no longer really a birthday party, so it's not going to happen. But kind of foolishly, they've posted these photos up on Facebook, and Marina sees and obviously is really hurt by it. And so it's not just that image of like, wow, there's this beautiful life that I really want, but it's also, you know, comes with, I'm never going to have that either. It's been amazing. It's just been, I cannot actually express how much I love this crew and cast. It's the best group I've ever worked with, really. Like, in its entirety, everyone is just so delightful and positive and passionate, committed. It's quite extraordinary. I think Simon is kind of crazy, but he's brilliant, and he's one of the most passionate people I've met. And, you know, he needs to probably relax a little more because he's overworking himself out of so much excitement and just, you know, passion that he's getting so tired. He'll come, you know, to set every morning. The first week we were filming, he was just like, everything is so good, I love it. And like, would go on for, you know, minutes talking about how fantastic the rushes were. And I was like, Simon, did you get any sleep? Like, by like 12 o'clock, he'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, but I'm so excited. Like, he's just so great to work with.